It's Thursday, May 23rd. Here's what's coming up on the mayor's office.
So Rebello's the third base coach, and then Donnie Kelly, obviously, bench coach. So we're talking, and Rebello just looks at me. He's like, bro, are you coming back tomorrow to see Skeens pitch? And I go, no. He goes, dude, you have to see it in person. And Rebello was a catcher in the big league. He caught Verlander. He goes, you got to see it. He goes, it's like nothing I've ever seen in my life. He goes, it's so different. He goes, and he's an animal.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot, Chichi. Let's go hot, bro.
We see on that arm right there, folks. Sean is a little bit, he's like in traction right now, guys. Sean, what happened this morning, man?
Bro, it's incredible. It's so funny. My buddy from Florida, my buddy Michael Hilf, he was like, he was texting me to say he got the cold plunge. I'm like, bro, I'm about to get in it right now. So he's like, hey, what's your temperature? How many minutes, all that stuff. So I had to bend down to look at the temperature over there. So I was doing a video. So I'm holding the video. It's probably, and I bend down to just look at the thermometer. Boom! My back literally goes out, dude.
That's so wild.
Literally goes out. I'm like, what the frick? I'm not like squatting 300 pounds. I'm not like, deadlifting. I didn't do anything. My back goes out. And like, I was thinking, like, I golfed 18 holes on Monday, 9 holes yesterday, bunch of practice swings. I'm thinking, I don't really golf that much. As a matter of fact, I golfed 9 holes all last year. And like, I think my back was like, all right, man, let's cut it back to 9 holes a week.
It's life, man. It's life, physical life, dude.
Dude, I'll tell you what though, man, my back has gone out a few times in my life. For people that have chronic back pain out there, I actually feel for you. Like it basically has shut down my life. Like just standing here, I'm in serious pain. But like before I was laying down this morning to ice it, dude, that guy couldn't even get up.
Dude.
I'd have Sarah. I'm like, can you come help me? Like move, shuffle. And I'm shuffling everywhere I go. Like it's incredible. So.
Dude, the back and the neck are the two most undervalued like things that good on the daily.
Your spine, dude. It shuts you down. It's incredible. So anyway, we're grinding through this one today. It's gonna be a nice grind.
Sean Casey, the ultimate grinder. All right, well, maybe this will cheer you up. This will cheer you up a little bit. It's Skeens Day. It's Paul Skeens Day.
Yeah.
Come on.
12:35 start, dude. Buccos. I was over there yesterday, Chichi. I went to the game last night. Me and the big Lambuski it was Boo's birthday yesterday, so I took him over. We went and watched Jared Jones pitch, who's an absolute stud. But I was in the dugout before saying hi to Derek Shelton and Mike Rebello, who's Rab's a great dude, man. Rebello's third base coach. After I tell you that we talk about Skeens, let me tell you Rebello's story.
Okay.
So Rebello's the third base coach, and then Donnie Kelly, obviously, bench coach. So we're talking, and Rebello just looks at me. He's like, bro, are you coming back tomorrow to see Skeens pitch? And I go, no. He goes, dude, you have to see it in person. And Rebello was a catcher in the big league. He caught Verlander.
Wow.
He goes, you got to see it. He goes, it's like nothing I've ever seen in my life. He goes, it's so different. He goes, and he's an animal. And he was saying, he's almost like Gronk on a baseball field. That's what he said. He said he'll stand on the first base side of the rubber. Right before he pitches, he'll shift over to the third.
What?
And then throw the pitch. Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
He's just like a savage. He's mentally a monster. And that's why I said, dude, if you watch the game, my favorite scripture that I do like these. Dude, I quote some scriptures every day to myself out loud. My favorite scripture is 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, for God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but one of love, power, and self-discipline. Right? That's why I quote Paul Skeens goes to throw his one pitch the other day, and on the side of his glove, he's got 2 Timothy 1:7. And when I think about that think about that scripture. God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but one of love, power, and self-discipline. And they talk about Skeens like is out there with no fear, and he has that on his glove. You don't think he has no fear for I talk about leaning into your faith and playing for a purpose bigger than yourself. I don't know, man. That's how it looks like he pitches to me. No timidity, power, coming at you. Hit it if you can. Yeah, I'm 21, but I know I'm nasty, and I got to, I think the faith of what he plays for, I've heard him talk about it before, I think it's just bigger than the game of baseball, and I think that's how he pitches. So, I don't know, man. It's cool. Check that out today, Chinch. When you watch Skeens, you'll see when he goes into his glove, you'll see it. It's in yellow on his glove. 2 Timothy 1:7.
That's awesome. I'll add another little piece to the legend, the legend of Skeens. It's already growing, and the guys just got on the mountain twice. Bob Nightingale sat down with the Air Force Academy head baseball coach. His name is Mike Kozlowski.
Right.
And he's been talking to Skeens. They stay close. Guess what? Skeens, after he's done playing, he's going back into the military. He's already decided it. He wants to serve his country. He wants to serve the country. The coach is going to help him out, get him back into the military after he's done becoming what? He's arguably has a chance to be one of the top 5 pitchers of all time. I'm not a hype guy, but watching the way he's built and the way he throws a baseball, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Dude, no, you should be hyped, dude. And like I said, he's a once in a generational pitcher. This guy, he's must see TV, and he's throwing that. I think why he's so nasty. It's so funny, Chich. His slider grades out at a 70, and the one pitch he's been getting hit on, the hitters are 3 for 7 off his slider with a bomb. He's not even throwing his slider well yet. Like his slider is one of the best in the game, but he's not even he hasn't have the feel for it yet.
Yeah.
But that split finger he throws, dude, he calls the splinker because it acts like a sinker. Think about that as a hitter, dude. Pitching's all about deception. If I have a guy that throws 100+ miles an hour, I have to sell out to the fastball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason the split finger, it's called a split finger fastball, is because you grip it with a split finger, but it comes in like a 4-seamer. Mm-hmm. So it looks like a heater because it's thrown so hard. And not only does it split, like if you faced Kevin Gausman from the Blue Jays, he's got a fastball split combo. His split's a 12-6 split, like a Nomo, a kind of Ohtani split, a true split. For whatever reason, dude, 2 guys throw this split. The closer for the Twins, Duran, and who throws 102. Think about this. And also Skeens. So there must be something about when you throw in the split that hard at 95 to 98, it runs like a 2-seamer, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It runs like a 2-seamer. It's incredible. So, man, if this guy's on it, when this guy's on, like you saw it the other day, he struck out 7 dudes in a row to start the game, I think, against the Cubs.
Dude, baseball has that Exmo camera. You
Yeah.
know, it's so cool to see when a guy throws a fastball and he Exmo whatever. It doesn't work for him because when they Exmo his fastball, it looks like it's as fast as a 2-seam fastball on a freaking video. It's like dude, he's just built different. He looks different.
I love it, dude. I love it. And like I said, his mentality, I love the fact that did we tell the story? Did I tell you the story about the Star Spangled Banner? Did I tell you that?
I don't know.
So when he was at the Air Force Academy, I read this the other day. He was at the Air Force Academy his sophomore year. Obviously, he was a catcher and like the closer, I think. So they're at Air Force Academy. I believe it's a home game. I don't know if it's a home or away game, but the story goes they do the Star Spangled Banner. And I guess he looked up on the hill and there was a couple students or people that were just sitting during the Star Spangled Banner. The Star Spangled Banner ends. Obviously, the teams are about to go ready to play. Skeens runs up the hill and wants to know why they didn't stand and take their hats off for the Star Spangled Banner. Like, what's going on here? Like, you're not standing for the, I thought that was kind of cool, dude. Like,
I love it.
Ready to play a game. He's probably catching. And he takes off running to ask these people, why are you not standing?
That is some good stuff.
Yeah, dude. But that's the kind of guy you're dealing with. Like, not afraid, no fear. Like, you got a guy out there like that, dude. That's dangerous. Like, I mean, in a way, like when you're a hitter, you're looking out, go, wow, this guy fears nothing, and he believes in his stuff. And when you're throwing pitches with conviction the way he does, it's another level. So, but like I said, talking to Derek Shelton, talking to Donnie Kelly and Rabs, they are all talking about you got to come out, see this guy because it's so different. Let me get into my Rabello story really quick. So Mike Rabello, great dude, man, one of my favorite guys. he's the obviously third base coach for the Buccos, but in 2007 he gets called up to the big leagues with the Tigers. So we go out one night. We're having a couple pops in Kansas City, and they got this place called the Plaza, which is like, you know, some good restaurants. George Brett's got a restaurant there. Some other good, you know, like a couple nice bars, but a couple nice places to shop during the day. So that's why the teams stay out there, because it's you know, when you're near the ballpark in Kansas City, there's nothing.
Right.
So you got to stay, you know, in that Plaza area. So this one night we're coming back. I want to say it was like me and a couple other guys, Jeremy Bonderman, Nate Robertson. I don't know if Verlander was there, but a couple other guys, maybe Craig Monroe or something. So we're walking back to the Plaza, bro. Well, in between the hotel and the Plaza, they had this nice little. I wouldn't even say it's a lake. It's like a man-made lake, yeah. But it's got the fountains and stuff, but it's a nice lake. You know what I mean? It's like, you know. So it's like 2 o'clock. It's probably like I said, it's after a game, so it's a little late probably. And we're coming back and I'm like, hey Rabs, I was like, I'll give you $1,000 to jump in that lake, swim across. I go, meet us on the other side. He's like, $1,000. So I'm like, Nate, we throw in $1,000? He's like, yeah, I'll throw in 1,000. Like, you know, and so whoever was there, you know, we got $4,000 together.
Wow.
So Rabs is like, just got called the big. He's like, I'm in, dude.
Yeah,
kidding me? I'm in. So Rabello like takes his clothes off down to his skibbies, dives in, Chinch, into the lake. Boom! It's 2 inches deep, dude.
No.
Like 3 inches deep. We had no idea. It looks like a huge lake. Seriously. He comes up. He's bleeding from head to toe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, he dove in. He basically dove in the concrete, like, and you know how that concrete's not like smooth either. It's like, dude, he gets up. His face is bleeding. His scratches all on his face. Whole body is scraped up.
Oh God. That's
I'm like, oh my God, Rabs, are you all right? He's like, oh my God. He goes, it's only 3 inches deep. He gets up. He walks across the lake. And like, I think we got the money and they go, bro, I'll have the money for you next. And you know, I'll go to the ATM first thing in the morning. Like, I gave him like $4,000 at the park the next day. He walks in. And I think Leland's like, what the hell happened to you, Rabello? Did you get into a fight last night? He's like, nah, Skip, I dove into the 3-inch lake when I was trying to swim back to the hotel. Turns out it wasn't deep at all. It was incredible, dude.
God.
I had Shelty and Rabs, I think last year. Shelty sent me a text saying, bro, Rabello's telling us a story at dinner tonight about how you paid him to jump in the lake. It turned out it was 3 inches. Is this true? I go, it's one of the greatest stories of my career, bro. It's 100% true.
That is a really good one. I love seeing when like influencers do that. Like on you see it on like Instagram all the time. Like somebody's about to go do something, like watch me do this, and they're recording, and then they do like that. They jump.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. And Chich, you know, when he dove in, you could see like his body was under, but like his head, you can still see his hair and his butt. You could see his hair and his butt still up. You're like, uh-oh.
That's so
And he dove in with like the greatest exuberance ever, like $4,000, let's do it, baby! Yeah! Like, oh,
that's so good. I wish I saw it. I can visualize it in my head. That's good.
oh my God. Incredible.
Hey, so the New York media is having fun this week, dude. So like late last week, somebody asked Soto, or somebody asked Hal Steinbrenner, like, hey, would you want to talk to Soto? And he's like, yeah, sure. And Soto's like, yeah, they got my agent's number. Well, let's talk, you know, whenever
Right.
they want to talk. Then yesterday comes out, this is a quote from Hal Steinbrenner. talking about like, being one of the highest payrolls in the league. Quote, I'm going to be honest, payrolls at the levels we're at right now are simply not sustainable for us financially. It wouldn't be sustainable for the vast majority of ownership groups, given the luxury tax we have to pay. So, of course, here in town, everybody's like, oh, does that mean he's trying to pay Juan Soto? You got to pay Soto. We're bummed. You're not like your dad. That's all you hear on the radio this morning. Like, his dad would have paid Soto. Like, they always do that. Whenever the Yankees don't pay for something now, they go back to George Sr. Now, at the same time, Juan Soto goes out last night, hits 2 bombs. The guy,
Right.
he's getting MVP chance in the Bronx. Yankees fans are out of their minds for this guy. He seems to be out of his mind for the Yankee fans and being a Yankee. Him and Judgy are boys. They got that crazy, awesome handshake.
Right.
So I have a 2-part question here. One, I don't think he was saying we can't. He's not saying connecting that dot to Soto. That's part one.
Right.
Part two is the question does come up. There's a man on the other side of the town whose team's not doing too well, who's worth billions of dollars, who wants him. So that's the dynamic in New York right now, the Juan Soto dynamic. Will he be a Met? Will he be a Dodger? Sean Casey's take.
Yeah. Well, first off, being with Hal Steinbrenner, this guy's a great owner, man. He loves the team. He loves the Yankees. Cashman's the right guy there too. I think there's a different dynamic now. I think even George Steinbrenner would have paused with the luxury tax where it's at. And as soon as you go over the threshold where they're at, that's why I think a big reason they were like, we don't want to go after Snell necessarily, because if you signed him for $40 million a year or $30 million a year, you're paying 100% of that tax.
Right.
That means if you're over, you're paying 30 more million. So it's going to cost you 60 million or 80 million to sign a guy like Snell or anybody. So that's kind of where they're at, which is a big spot. So I think Soto's making 30 million this year.
Yeah, roundabout.
So you'd have to think that's probably going to be at least 45 million. Wouldn't you think 45 or 50 million? So anything over that tax. So if you put 15 or 20 more million on the books, and then obviously other salaries are going to go up too. You're paying 100% on that tax. So what Hal's saying is, what other business person in the world would be like, hey, put another 50 million out there and pay 100%, so it costs you 100 million, for that $50 million that you're over. So that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, Juan Soto being a Yankee is a real thing. You know what I mean? Because he makes that team so much better. I mean, look at Judgy. Look at Verdugo. You just go up Rizzo. I mean, there's certain guys in the lineups that make the lineup longer and deeper. You're getting different pitches. The protection of that stuff is real. Look at Volpe at the top there, knowing he has Soto and Judge 2-3. You don't think teams are coming after Volpe? Dude, he's got a 15-game hitting streak. He's hitting 328 over that time with over a 500 slug. I mean, it's a trickle-down effect. So Juan Soto's brought that kind of effect because, dude, this guy, watch his at-bats. Even if he goes over 3, that's a tough over 3 for those pitchers. He makes everybody work super hard. Yeah. So, and obviously I think it's a match made in heaven, man. He's got the Latino influence there, in the Yankee community. They love him, the standing ovations, curtain calls, the roll call. Mm-hmm. Man, when I see Juan Soto with the Yankees, I just think, man, that's a perfect fit. Like, that's a perfect fit for him to play the rest of his career. Now, obviously, Stevie Cohen, the Mets are going to go after him, and that's a great organization too. But the Yankees are the Yankees, man. There's something about that organization, and having experienced it, it's a little different. So like what I say is, I think we'll see what happens. But I think Juan Soto turned down $450 million a few years ago with the Nationals, because he felt like he wanted to get to free agency. Now, at the end of this year, he's finally going to do that with Scott Boras, and he's going to get paid. So he's earned the right to get there, but I do think the Yankees are going to go after him and go after him hard. I don't think Hal's saying that. I think he's saying this is the reality. The reality is we're at a part of the luxury tax where if we go this much over, like we're paying 100% on the dollar, which is a ton of money. But I also think Juan Soto is a generational type player. The guy's 26 years old, 25 or 26. You signed him to a 25 years old. You signed him to a 10-year, $450 million deal or $500 million deal. I think you're going to get your money's worth.
I'm with you. A couple more things on this too. That, like, first of all, you talk about the GM and the ownership and the brass for the Yankees. They made all the right moves by not making moves. They didn't panic when Cole got hurt, right?
Yeah.
And now look what you have. Now you do have prime Judge in his career. You said before season, like, you go get Soto, you're going to change that lineup for forever, and you did. You went and got Verdugo, who was like persona non grata with the Red Sox.
Right.
He has changed the entire culture for the better of the Yankees when they say he wasn't a culture guy. So all their check marks are good there. The next thing you got too, if you're going to overpay for Soto, you just realized your pitching staff is sustainable for another 2 or 3 years.
Right.
The guys that they're pitching right now. So I think you gotta go for it. You gotta go for a sustained, like, kind of almost like a you don't want to throw the word dynasty out there, but you got a shot for the next 4 or 5 years with this team if Juan Soto's in that lineup.
Well, I always said that this is the window. You know, when you got Judge and you got Judge and you got Cole, you're like, man, the window is tight. Well, then you add Soto, you're like, now you got Judge, Soto, you know, and then you got Rodon for a few years, who's pitching well, Stroman for a couple, Clark Schmidt's under team control. You know, Garrett Cole's, you know, obviously there for a while. And, dude, did they nail the Luis Heel thing and say, no, we're not going to go get Snell. We're not going to go over payroll. We're going to pay this guy, what is it, $700,000, $500,000, whatever the rookie minimum is. And he's going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. So Cashman has nailed it, and Booney's nailed it, and Hal Steinbrenner's nailed it. So, but I do think, obviously, they know how valuable Soto is, and at the end of the day, he'll make them more money in the long run by winning world titles than anything.
There you go. I agree. Yeah. So speaking about being tight, you can see your back tightening up right now. Why don't we get yourself in traction, get started, go get a stim machine. Let's go, dude. Dude, I'm working on
my buddy Ryan Johns, who's who I work out with in the morning. He came over. I literally was standing there by the tub. He's like, "What's up, dude?" I go, "I can't move." I go, "I'm so locked up. I literally can't move." Like I was shuffling my feet. So he's like, we're like getting the Epsom salt. So I got so many things I'm about to do, dude. Epsom salt baths, ice. I'm gonna do everything you can imagine.
Oh my God. All right, dude, go get better. Tomorrow we're going to break down we're going to handicap the home run chase because there are guys that are on pace to hit 50 home runs. So
dude, yes, dude. Yeah, like I said, that'll be a fun conversation.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. All right, so I'm just going to go clean up his back. I'm going to go clean up my act, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow. Go watch Paul Skeens today, guys.
Yeah, 12:35, must-see TV. Figure it out, people. All right. Love everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Chinchy, love you, man. I'll see you tomorrow.